Come and vibe with me. Ladies and gentlemen, I need about 4 minutes out of your life right now. Yeah.
Her name is Reverend Claudette Douglas. She has done so much over her career. I'll have to read out some of the list. She's been an actor, mentor, an artistic director, cultural activist, project manager, teacher, community arts development manager, and she's keen to use the arts as a means of engagement. She also pioneered the Entitled to Excellence for Black Leadership program, and most of all, she's the founder of the Gospel Cafe.
So I think creativity is a gift, a spiritual gift, and it isn't limited to what we put on it. And I think just to what the two young men, I've just been inspired by these wonderful young men, what they've said, because they both mentioned it's about the interaction and about the impact they have on the people that they meet. That's a success. And I think the more we look at success as being how the legacy idea, if I look at you and somehow the 5 minutes we spend together means something, that's successful to me. My bank account may not be as successful, in fact it isn't right now, but it's more important that it's about the success as human beings that we feel. I was talking to a friend, Councillor Campbell, on the way here. We were talking about this thing about being human, what it makes when somebody hasn't seen each other for a long time. We're both people watchers and we haven't seen each other for ages. Every colour, every culture, every race hug each other. You know, men or women, we have a certain way of being human, and somehow finding a way to express that, to uplift that, to enable that, to me that's success. Yeah. And money and buying records and those things, it might be one way of looking at things, but I don't think that's the success we're talking about here. I think we're talking about something much deeper. And actually, I don't think there is any perfection. As a teacher for 30 years, I always tell young people the perfection is in the art of doing. Having the courage to try, that's what makes it perfect. Not getting it wrong or right, there isn't such thing, but having the courage to actually lift your voice and be heard. And I think that's what success is.
I mean, this is the first time I've ever heard of this gentleman, and I'm really impressed because I've never heard of him, and I'm really impressed.
So Cecilia is an accomplished artist, a graphics designer. She's been involved in hip-hop culture for years. She's also done a lot of work with reggae dancehall culture.
Totally impressed because he's had this experience and I've never heard of him before. And people like him, and I know people saying it's not about thousands and millions of records, but actually it is partly that, because when you think about hip-hop, they're not telling young people that actually you shouldn't just be up front. There's like writing the music. You could be very influential writing music. There's probably over, more than 250 different types of jobs in hip-hop that people don't tell you about. There's probably thousands actually that I don't know of. But what happens is the 5 elements are so vital and people aren't touching on it. What's being pushed is very different. And then what happens is people go for the surface stuff. So then people go, oh no, I don't really like hip-hop. It's just talk about naked girls and going to parties. And I'm sure people want to have a good time, but actually that's not hip-hop. That's just a subcategory of what rap music is. And when you listen to rap and you think, oh, actually it's not something for me, you're talking about rap, you're not talking about hip-hop. Hip-hop is something very, very different.
So I've known about all of that, and then where KRS-One took it and he took it in another direction, about all of that, but generally, all these younger rappers now, the money chasers and the fame attention seekers, I just assume they know nothing about the 5 elements.
Because a lot of these people now, that run businesses in hip-hop, believe me, they're sending their children to private schools, while people en masse are listening to a lot of rubbish.
I was impressed by the fact that these guys in the film, they were using this outlet to really express themselves, but not for the sake of, like some sort of power or money or anything like that. It was to genuinely express themselves in the environment that they were in, and I think that was incredibly powerful. So I just wanted to kind of say thank you, really.